Hey guys, Jules here from Behind the Cork. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hopefully everybody's keeping it safe today. I figured it's never too late to talk about the weekend wine, so here we go. Today, one of my favorites, typically not ever associated when you talk about Italian wine. However, Cabernet Sauvignon 100% Farnito from Carpineto. If you guys love Cabernet Sauvignon, I know my favorites are from California. In South America. However, this is my favorite go-to and just in time for the holidays. So we typically have the release of the Farnito. This one here is 2012, so it's been aging a little while. I think today the 2017 may be released in the liquor stores. However, if you can find 2015 and 16, they're spectacular years. You want to keep those. This will age 10, 15 years, no problem. So let's get right into it. Pour myself a glass here. Now, just go through the tasting just to get everybody on board. So what you want to do as a first thing is really, the aroma is the first thing that needs to send you signals. So what you want to do is, you want to sniff it for the first time, then swirl it. You want to get the oxygen in there, get it, get the flavors to really spring out of the wine. And you'll notice that the aroma, once you introduce the oxygen, is quite different than when it was sitting still. So you want to get the first indication of what the wine's going to be like. Sometimes you'll get some foul odors or barnyard. That's maybe a first indication of possibly a wine going bad. However, you want to make sure that you're tasting it as well. Second thing, what you want to do is grab yourself a white background, tablecloth or paper towel right here. What you want to do is put the wine up against a white background, and you want to tilt your glass. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can basically, what you're looking for is the outer edge of the wine. Now, typically as wine ages, it'll start to go from the violet, the purple, red, and it'll start to go into the orange hues, brown. As the wine matures, it'll likely go into the brown. So a young wine will be bright red or cherry or purple or violet. As it ages, this one still maintain its color, so I can, just by looking at it, I know the fruit flavors are likely still in there. Because as it ages, it starts to lose some of that fruit, and some of the tertiary flavors start to come out, like tobacco, oak, and so on. So what you want to do is look at that hue, and if it's still, kind of the violet red, it kind of tells you, okay, this wine is still within its drinkable age. Again, sniff it, and then what you want to do, as we did the last video, is just get a mouthful. Get that first one in and just drink it. I mean, you're not judging it based on that one. What you want to do is coat your mouth with the wine. The second one is where it counts. So, second one goes. Introduce oxygen, and this is where the burst of flavors really takes off. So what you should expect here, Cabernet Sauvignon lovers, you're going to have intensity, licorice, anise. You're going to have tannins that coat the mouth, cherry flavors, and what I love is the retronasal, which is the lingering aromas that basically hit the back of your palate and up through your nose from your mouth. This is what lingers, and maybe you'll trying to figure out why I have jelly beans here, but we'll go through that in a second. But this wine is intense, amazing. It, awesome full body, and if you like that lingering oakiness feel, vanilla is 100%. It's I don't know if there's any other word to describe this wine, but vanilla, oak, and cherry is likely the best way. So this typically comes out November, December, gets released. So you should have it in stores today, if not coming very soon. They typically go very fast. So you want to get a heads up and make sure your liquor store has them. So $29 Canadian, fair price. Always stocked in my cellar. I picked this 2012 up quite a few years back. Picked up about 4 of them. They're aging really, really nicely. However, you can drink them right away as well. So now let's get into the retronasal feelings as I discussed. So what you want to do is, if you want to try to understand what that means, grab yourself some jelly beans. And this is also why when you have a head cold or nasal congestion, why food doesn't taste good anymore. what you want to do is you want to grab, and this is a fun game to play with friends as well. So what you want to do is you want to close your eyes, you want to grab a color, you want to block your nose, and start chewing the jelly bean. So I'll do that right now. Close my eyes. You want to chew. At this point, all you're going to be tasting is the sugars. Keep chewing, and then you want to release your nose. You'll just see the burst of flavors hit the back of your retronasal receptors, and you're just gonna, I mean, a fun game is, and why I say close your eyes is that you play with your friends, you decide, you try to figure out what color you've chosen. And I'm willing to bet that the majority of the people will guess the color based on that test. So that basically describes the role your nose plays in wine, food, and everything you eat. So pay attention to that. Again, when you're starting to drink wine, you want to get that in there. You want to really try to figure out, you know, what's going on with the wine, what are you smelling, and don't get too worked up about, you know, whether you smell, you know, flowers or berries. I mean, what you want to do is it pleasant? I know when we talk about years, 2012 wasn't such a fantastic year. In the end, it's really about personal taste. So if you like this wine, it's going to be pretty consistent regardless of the years. Now, those, you know, connoisseurs of wine and you know, those of us that can kind of distinguish between a good year and a bad year will kind of tell whether, you know, 2017 or 16 versus a 2012, which is a better year. However, this wine is pretty solid. Most wines are pretty solid, and you know, it's personal taste. If you like it, this will never disappoint you. Again, a big factor as well, what you want to do is you want to make sure red wine is always at room temperature. This is where the majority of the flavors really come out. If it's too cold, you're not going to get those flavors. You're not going to get those fruit flavors. You're going to have just alcohol and sour notes. As if it's too warm, that's where also, again, the alcohol really is more of an effect, and it may be unpleasant as well. So room temperature, I would say, is 20-21 degrees. You want to typically, a bottle like this, you want to take out an hour before, decant it. I'm a big advocate for decanting every single wine, because wine only gets really shows its true colors when it's sitting at room temperature for at least an hour. So what you want to do is get yourself an inexpensive decanter, decant this, and just let it ride for an hour. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this wine. Hopefully not too late for this evening or tonight or even tomorrow. This wine would be, you know, awesome for a full body dish. Again, beef, barbecue. This wine is spectacular, or a crowd pleaser as well. But if not, I mean, just on its own, this is spectacular. So hopefully everybody has an amazing Saturday. Happy Halloween. Everybody keep safe. Until next time, Jules here from Behind the Cork. If you like this video, please share, provide comments. Anything you'd like to see, you'd like to hear me taste, by all means, please post a comment down below. Thank you.